Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you guys a little update. We're going to be looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin in this video. And right now Ethereum is up 2.26% and we're at $145, almost $146. Then we'll get into Bitcoin. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you could hit that like button, notification bell, all that. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to do here, guys, we're going to step back and we're going to look at support and resistance today. We're going to look at moving averages. We're going to look at RSI. We're going to look at MACD, potential golden crosses that we're having on the moving average. And we're going to talk about this 200-day moving average and what we have to do with it, along with looking at some trend lines, other things like that. Guys, I'm still not feeling the best, so if I'm sneezing or wheezing or whatever, I apologize, but we're just going to push through this. And also, I wanted to let you guys know, number one, this isn't financial advice. Number two, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm looking at. I'm not someone here sitting here making calls and saying that you guys should do this or you should not do that. I'm more conservative trader, just like in Litecoin. I'm still waiting for that pullback when we get overextended. There's some people saying, oh, well, you were talking about a pullback coming. Guys, anything can happen in this space, and that's why we look at the upside, the downside, and the sideways. When indicators telling me the price is going up and the RSI is going down, I'm not going to buy into that, even if there's going to be a 6 or 7% pump that could happen overnight that we weren't expecting when the RSI is up around 75. You know, you have to look at the indicators and say, okay, this is the plan that I'm going to have for the upside. This is the plan that I'm going to have for the downside. So remember that. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not here giving calls. I'm showing you what I'm looking at. I'm a more conservative trader. I'm going to wait for pullbacks. This market, we've been in a bear market for over 14 months. So until I'm proven different in terms of seeing these higher highs getting put in on the macro term, you know, I'm going to be more cautious, and that's just me. So to all the other people who just enjoy seeing what I'm looking at, God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys, and let's get into this. So that's just what I'm saying, guys. I'm not making calls for you. This is just what I'm doing and what I'm looking at. So right now, what we need out of Ethereum is we have to get over this double top if we're to continue to make a move higher. Yes, obviously we could have a little pullback here and then make a shot at it. That's a great possibility. We could pull back to that, 20 EMA, which is going to be around, $124. That's something that could happen. Get a nice little pullback and then we blast up. But right now it looks like it's even trying to get up above this right here, this red line at $161. There's still a lot of room we'd have to run, but we're kind of in that no man's land between that $161 and where we're at right now, and then down around that 20 EMA. That's kind of just that flown zone, so we're going to have to find out what's happening with that. Things that we want to see that we're getting here, guys, on the 1 day are these golden crosses that are taking place. Now in pink here, this is our 20 EMA, and you're seeing it cross over the 100-day moving average, which was at $121. So our $124 moving average is crossing over $121 moving average, which that's a golden cross, so that's good. We want to see that happen. Remember, if it's the opposite, guys, then we're going to have that death cross. So we're looking at that. On the RSI, we're also making higher lows, which is great. But still, keep an eye on that. We're at 73 right now. Remember, 70's overbought. Could we kick up to 95, 90 on the RSI and make it to that 161 and get rejected at a double top? Absolutely. But I just feel like there's more room for us to work in here in this, what could be an ascending triangle. So we're having higher lows that are coming in here, and we're having more of this flat top. Potentially, we're going to have to see what we do with this right here. But if you zoom in, guys, take a look at the candle that's forming. And this is what I go off of. So that's why I'm saying, why would I buy something which on the 1 day chart, I just saw basically like a shooting star candle. You see that there? And with a shooting star candle, what you're going to have this real body here. You want the wick to be 2 to 3 times longer. So that's pretty close. This is a nice shooting star candle. Now, if this on the bottom of a chart, it's going to be an inverted hammer. But you can see the rejection wick here. You can see the wick here. And now it's almost like we're forming a hanging man candle. We're going to have to see where the day closes. But that's why I said if we could pull back, maybe down into here. Or what we could do is put the Fibonacci on, and we can see potentially from the move. So this move, guys, we got pushed all the way down. We'll take it from about right in here. And it's just a rough estimate. So you can see the 0.236 we hit right off it. Now, if we stay up above that and keep moving farther, we are extremely bullish. But look at that pullback where this 0.5 at around 124. Look at all this convergence that we have. We have the 0.5. We have all these moving averages, everything crossing in here. And that's what happens with these markets, guys. Look at all these pullbacks. So you had this huge run here. Look at the pullback. I mean, why would we get pump faked when we haven't even made a higher high yet? We haven't gotten over this. So, you know, this isn't me frustrated, but I'm just trying to tell you all that there's no point in buying overbought things, because if you're trying to hold them for the long term or the next bull market, you could get burned a little bit if all of a sudden you see something pull back into here when you could have got a lower price. You know, yeah, if you just want to get in for the long term, I'm hodling. $146 for Ethereum is a great price. Litecoin, $50, whatever it's at right now, is a great price. But if you're looking and you're paying attention to trading and you're getting in and out of things, you know, we've seen how things just kind of fall back. We could have this whole move here, and then we fall back into this area, or could even come back down and test this trend line. Does that mean that the bulls are done? No, that means we're testing the trend line, and we could potentially have another bounce off it to get up over this, what could be an ascending triangle, right? But that's a shooting star candle. You don't want to buy into a shooting star candle. That's just me. But we're going to have to see where we close today. You know, is this going to be a hanging man candle? What's this going to turn into? You know, we're pretty close now, but we do have that wick on the top. So what we're going to go into next is Bitcoin. I want to take a quick look at that. All right, guys, this is a fresh set of eyes. I haven't looked at Bitcoin yet today, and I'm just going to go through it with you as what I'm seeing. So Bitcoin here, we have our 20 EMA that is crossing over our 50 moving average. So there's a golden cross, and we're coming up here seeing if we can test that 100-day moving average. But what you're seeing is some rejection. All right, so on the 1 day, there's that shooting star again, right? So we got up above and we closed up above the 100 moving average, which is awesome. We're glad to have that close over that. And then today we've seen that rejection about the same spot. So we have those tweezer tops that are potentially forming on the 1 day chart. All right, so that's why I said, you know, potentially look for that pullback. And if we throw a Fibonacci on Bitcoin here, we take it from here and we go up to this move, you know, a pullback yet again would be around that 36.61, or maybe that 0.382 around 37.36. That's a possibility, guys. A strong stock will bounce off that 0.382. That's in a lot of my books. They say to look for the 0.382 and the 0.5, not so much the 0.618. It seems like that's a little more in cryptocurrency, at least from the books that I've studied in terms of charting and all that type of stuff for the stock market. You know, cryptocurrency is a different beast. But yet again, we have our RSI starting to reach up to that 71 mark. We're over that 70, and we're just going to have to see what happens. But we have a lot of overhead resistance. We're going to have overhead resistance definitely around this $4,038, around that $4,078. We have tweezer tops right up here around $41.75. Do you see those where we had rejection, where we had that shooting star candle there? Then we had like a doji candle there, almost a gravestone doji there. So there's still a lot of work to do, guys, and the way this happens is through the trend change, higher highs and higher lows, and that's what we've been getting now on Bitcoin. But, you know, just don't go chasing anything. That's all I'm here to tell you. You can do whatever you want. I'm not your financial advisor. Then here's what we want to keep as well on Bitcoin. We're going to look for this lower trend line to hold, and then it's almost like that ascending triangle we could be forming, just like the descending triangle. So now what we do, we hit up here and we're traveling in here, we come back down and we start hitting up top here. Say we get rejected again, we come back down, and then maybe we'll blast through it. It's just like descending, where you have a flat bottom and then you pound on the bottom so much that it eventually gives up. Here you pound on the top so much, and then you have that eventual break to the upside about 70% of the time. Could it still go to the downside? Absolutely. You can go to the downside. Remember, guys, technical analysis, it's all, you know, if this, then that, or if not this, then that. And it's about having plans. It's not about perfection. I'm never going to say, and I've told many of you guys, I'm never going to say that I'm a professional in trading cryptocurrency. I'm never going to say that I'm an expert at this market, because this market does things that aren't in traditional books. And that really, if you catch some of them, like yesterday with Litecoin, when it was so overextended and you're seeing the RSI on the 4 hour at 85, you're a bad trader if you're buying into that. Does that make sense? Yeah, you could get lucky and it could continue to push up to 95, but that doesn't happen most of the time, especially in a deep bear market that we've been in. And now we're trying to dig our way out and see if this is the bottom. You know, so I'd definitely rather be more conservative with you all than say, oh, hurry up and buy this, and then it dumps by $10 or whatever, you know, or earn Bitcoin and it dumps by $400. So that's just the style that I'm playing, guys. you know, I'm here to help who wants to be helped, and I'll try to teach the things the best that I can, but I'm not a trade call guy. That's not what I signed up to be, and I want to help each and every one of you the best that I can. On the RSI, we're paying attention to this, see if we will come down here, break through 57. We could get a bounce off that. If not, we'd look for this lower trend line. But these are the things that I'm looking for, guys. You know, on the lower end, we would be looking at that 33.52. I don't think we're going to get down to that point because of all these moving averages that are starting to curl over each other. You always want to look for that curl and the golden crosses and all the things that we're having right now. But you know, Bitcoin, I still believe, has to get through the 0.236 of this major drop. Let me check on the Fibonacci. So right there, we're getting close to that too, guys, that we have to get up above. Right in here. And that's around that 39.40 roughly in there, but that's where we've been having those tweezer tops and wicking in. So we may have to pull back, charge up, and happen again, and pay attention to the volume. We're going to have to see where the volume ends up closing for the day today. But these are just my thoughts, guys. I want to bring it to you quick, and I hope each and every one of you are having a wonderful day. God bless you all.